Welcome to another segment of ACRP TV. Our spotlight today on ACRP's Find Your Element campaign. We've got a very special guest with us today, Mr. Jeremy Glunt, Chief Marketing Officer at ACRP, and an all-around good dude. Jeremy, good to have you with us.
Thanks. Good to be here.
All right, let's talk about this now. Tell us about the Find Your Element program and the overall goal.
Yeah, sure. So Find Your Element, it's a digital advertising campaign. It's making sure college students across the US know about all the exciting career opportunities that exist in clinical research. I'd say most broadly, the goal of the campaign is ultimately to develop a larger, more diverse workforce. We're working toward that by engaging with college students and helping them get on paths toward careers, rather than falling into them. One of the things that we often hear is that people fall into their careers. And so they're not really specifically pursuing clinical research, which to us is a clear indication that the talent pipeline is in need of targeted development. In fact, ACRP data shows that the demand for clinical trials is actually outpacing the demand, the growth in the workforce. So the point is, we really need a larger workforce, and really of equal importance, we need a more diverse workforce to help address the healthcare disparities that exist within Black, Latino, and Asian communities.
So Jeremy, I know it's kind of early days in the program, but are you seeing impact, and how are you going to be measuring success?
Yeah, absolutely. As of today, the campaign has started a conversation with more than 112,000 students across the US about clinical research. We're engaging with these students by highlighting, many of the reasons that they can, quote unquote, find their element in clinical research. We're appealing not just to the fact that clinical research is a place where they can have a financially rewarding career, but that there's growing demand for professionals, and that clinical research offers an opportunity that you don't really see in every profession, and that includes the ability to really make a difference in the world. And it is a great time to be having that conversation, never a bright side to a pandemic, but the fact is that the global spotlight is on clinical trials. Ongoing vaccine development is dinner table conversation, and many people, particularly those in the age range that we're targeting, they want to be part of the solution, whether that's today or, really in the long term. In the short term, we're measuring success with basic marketing performance indicators. For instance, we're looking at how many people were driving to the website, how many of those engagements are resulting in requests for additional information, is the message resonating? We've been really happy with the early results. We have a high level of confidence that we're generating interest, and we're putting a greater emphasis now on capitalizing on that early engagement and continuing the conversation. I would think longer term success measurements will include a variety of data points, such as enrollments in clinical research specific degree programs, internships and apprenticeships, and other things. But ultimately, success will be measured by the strength and diversity of the future workforce.
And this is clearly a higher calling, and I know you share my admiration for this workforce. Are there expansion plans for Find Your Element?
So we started early this year in Miami and Research Triangle Park. Those were our initial two pilot markets. Since then, we've expanded to Minneapolis, St. Paul, Greater Houston, and thanks to generous support from Dartmouth Hitchcock Health, we were able to run ads in the Boston region and Southern New Hampshire. Currently, the campaign is running in the DC metro area, Atlanta, and San Francisco, with a companion campaign running specifically to engage with Black students enrolled in historically Black colleges and universities. The diversity of the workforce is imperative to removing healthcare disparities. So we're really proud to be leading this initiative, along with our public and private supporters who are engaged with the Partners in Workforce Advancement.
All right, final question before I let you go. This is a very noble effort here. How can ACRP members or non-members get involved?
We need help at the grassroots level, in local communities, at local colleges, even in high schools. We need professionals to advocate for their careers, to speak passionately with students about what they do and why it matters. To support that, we've put together some resources like a PowerPoint presentation and some fact sheets. Even before this campaign, we fielded a lot of inquiries from people who were going out into the community to talk about clinical research, but they didn't really have the the tools necessary to get that done. So we've kind of helped put those things together for people. If you've got a captive audience, we've got the resources to help you, speak passionately and informatively about what you do. And really our members can also get involved by advocating for their employers to engage with the partners in workforce advancement. I mean, said directly, we need financial support. We're addressing a major challenge facing the industry and society at large. But ACRP is a not-for-profit organization with limited resources. So, we could really use more organizations to lend financial support to the cause. The campaign's tested, we're seeing positive results. And clinical research is a current issue. So, it's an ideal time to take the campaign nationwide and really make a difference. I'd also encourage ACRP members to make all the noise they can on Clinical Trials Day this upcoming May. It's a great opportunity to share your pride as a professional and to let those around you, your friends, your family, your neighbors, let those people know all about what you do. Let them learn a little bit more in hopes that that word of mouth will spread to the right people and we'll get more, more folks into the business.
This is certainly a worthy and timely effort. It's been our ACRP TV spotlight on the Find Your Element campaign. Our special guest has been Jeremy Glunt, Chief Marketing Officer at ACRP. Jeremy, thank you so much for your time and your work here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.